Some great news for Social Security, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, and Medicare beneficiaries. I have all the details and the latest information right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, some new information has been released which will impact about 63 million beneficiaries of the benefits I mentioned at the beginning of this video. That's exactly what I want to focus on right here in the video because this is actually some good news that'll actually impact people in a pretty good way. So let's get into it and talk about the latest information that's circling out there right now about all of these millions of beneficiaries. Let's get right into it. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video. As I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm watching all this information that's hitting the wire each and every day, breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay updated with what is actually going on right now, especially as it's going to impact your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and so many other factors as far as what's going on right now as things are changing very rapidly. And I truly do want to help you out in any way that I possibly can, as that's my dedication and my commitment to you and this community. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about the latest information circling around right now that'll impact all those 63 million beneficiaries in a pretty good way, and we'll be getting the official information in a matter of just weeks. Let's get into this. All right, so as we've been talking about for a while now, there's been speculation out there right now that the Medicare Part B premium for 2023 is either going to stay the same, maybe go down a little bit, or possibly even go up a very small amount. Now again, like I've been talking about in previous videos, I think all of us are very skeptical about this because we've heard this thing before where they say, oh no, don't worry, the premium will only go up a little teeny tiny bit. And then before we know it, it's going up 14.5%, just like it did this year in 2022, right? Well, here's the thing. I continue to find more information about this, and the information that's coming out right now is looking very promising that the Medicare Part B premium for 2023 is likely going to stay the exact same. Now, this is awesome. Here's why. We've got like a double whammy here, and this is amazing, right? Which, by the way, I can't tell you the last time that I said double whammy. Probably 1992 was the last time that I said that. So I'm not really sure where that just came from, but it just came out of my mouth a couple times. And again, I guess we're going to roll with it. So let's keep going here. All right. So anyway, I want to talk through this because this is actually a very good situation that we're dealing with right now going into 2023 and how it's going to impact millions of benefits for all these beneficiaries. Now, here's what we're looking at. Because of all this massive inflation that we've been dealing with right now in 2022, we're actually likely going to be looking at a massive raise to benefits as a result of the cost of living adjustment. Now, as of this recording right now, the official announcement out of Social Security will be coming in about 1 month from right now. Now, again, that's as of this recording. Now, again, about 2 to 3 weeks after that, in early November, is when we're going to get the official announcement out of CMS, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, in regards to the Medicare Part B premium for 2023. Now, here's the situation, and let me lay this out for you why this is such a perfect situation that is laying out like right before our very eyes. Now, again, we look at situations like this, and a lot of times we think, wait, this sounds way too good to be true. Well, here's the thing. It sounds too good to be true, but realistically, it might actually be true this year. I know, I'm still skeptical just like you, but again, I'm feeling pretty good about this, and we will have to see what this actually comes out as. But here's what it's going to come down to. In about a month from right now, we're going to be getting the official announcement out of Social Security as far as how much the annual cost of living adjustment is going to be. As of right now, this recording, it looks like the raise is going to be anywhere about 8 to 9%, somewhere in that 8 to 9% range. As of right now. Now, again, it could change within the next month time period. From right now, it could certainly change. But again, that's the current range we're currently looking at, is about anywhere between 8 and 9%. That is big. That is the biggest annual cost of living adjustment that we would see since the early 80s. So again, this is probably going to be about the third or fourth biggest raise that we've ever seen in the history of Social Security. So when you compare it that way, it's actually a pretty big raise, right? So that's number one. Now, next, I think a lot of us can probably agree on this. Almost every single year, we see this happen. We get the nice COLA that's announced to us. It's either, 0.9%, 1.3%, or some small, teeny tiny number that comes out and is announced. We're all excited about the $3 raise we're going to get on our benefits. Well, then, sure enough, a couple weeks after that, we get the announcement out of CMS that, oh, just kidding, the Medicare Part B premium is going to go up by 6.8%. Oh, yeah, by the way, that COLA that you were getting, yeah, sorry, we're going to take it all, right? We see that every single year, and I think a lot of us are just totally sick of it. However, here's the situation we're dealing with this year in 2022 going into 2023. Here's what the situation is looking like. We're looking like we're going to be getting a massive raise, again, somewhere likely between the 8 and 9% range as of right now for the annual cost of living adjustment. Then, when it comes down to the announcement out of CMS, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, in regards to the Medicare Part B premium for 2023, it's likely going to stay the exact same, $170.10 per month. Well, as a result of that, guess what we get to do? We get to keep the entire COLA raise. Wait, is this true? I know, like I said, it sounds way too good to be true, right? But here's the thing. The more that I read about this, there continues to be more articles and information coming out on this. Not a ton, but there are some that continue to pop up. Well, I just came across another one that shows the likelihood of a Medicare Part B premium staying the same is very high. In other words, the premium likely will not be changing. But again, I think we all need to wait and just see, because we've heard this before, right? Oh, don't worry, it's not going to change much, and then all of a sudden it gets to be a huge, huge raise on it. But again, I still don't anticipate a huge raise to the Medicare Part B premium. Even though we've been seeing massive inflation, they raised it 14.5% this year alone, which was actually 2.7 times more than the annual cost of living adjustment, which again for this year was 5.9%. So they raised the Medicare Part B premium 2.7 times more than the annual cost of living adjustment. As my dad would say, figure that one out, right? Yeah, right. Doesn't make any sense, right? So anyway, when it comes down to it, I do not anticipate a huge raise to the Medicare Part B premium. Maybe they raise it a teeny tiny bit, but hopefully they'll keep it the same, or even better, hopefully they'll lower it. I actually don't anticipate that. I'm not even going to go down that road because honestly, I just don't foresee them lowering the price at all on the premium, just because that's not how the world works. They don't really lower prices on things. Once prices go up, they pretty much stay up forever, right? They only stay the same or go higher. They likely don't go down. So that's kind of what we're dealing with right now. But anyway, when it comes down to this, we may be looking at a situation where we're going to get a nice, big, healthy raise to the annual cost of living adjustment, the roughly 8 to 9% range, somewhere in that range. And again, we'll get that official announcement in about 1 month's time from right now. And then on top of that, the Medicare Part B premium will stay the same or thereabout, according to the most recent information, saying that that means the entire 8 to 9% or whatever the COLA happens to be, we get to keep all of it. Wow. What are you going to do with all that extra money, right? Now, to be totally fair, for those of you that receive SNAP benefits, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, and or food stamps is what a lot of people do call them, I think we all need to be completely aware that yes, your benefits will be reduced. And again, this is not because what I'm saying, it's simply because this is the fact of the matter. We all understand this. But whether the Medicare Part B premium was going to go up, stay the same, or go down, this was going to happen anyway, right? With the SNAP benefits, right? So at least maybe the blow will be a little bit less than what it would have been otherwise. So here's the thing. For SNAP beneficiaries, it's all based on income, right? So if your income goes up, which as a result of the annual cost of living adjustment going up, and you get a raise on your benefits, technically, yes, you're getting more income. Therefore, your income is going up, right? We're all rich now, right? No, that's not the case. But again, when it comes down to these programs, that's kind of how they treat us, right? Oh, they're so rich now. They got a $50 raise per month. Let's take all their benefit away. Again, doesn't make any sense, which is exactly why I drafted that letter a few weeks ago calling on Congress to change that so that they're not taking away benefits for fixed income beneficiaries when you get an annual cost of living adjustment. But I discussed all those details in that video a couple weeks ago. But when it comes down to it, we might be looking at the perfect situation playing out right now in front of us, which is a massive raise to Social Security as a result of the COLA and staying the same, as in a static benefit or a static premium on Medicare Part B. That would be amazing. That would be the perfect situation. Now, again, I think all of us can agree this never happens. Like this never ever happens, right? So again, we might be looking at the perfect situation playing out right in front of us. But again, We'll be getting the official announcement on the COLA in about a month time from right now, and then in early November is generally when we get the announcement out of CMS, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, on the Medicare Part B premium. And let's cross our fingers that they're going to keep it the same and or lower it. That's all that we're really counting on right now, is that they keep it the exact same that it is right now. Now, here's why they're doing this really quickly, and I think many of you here in the community already know this because we've talked about it before in previous videos, but let me break it down for you really fast. So here's what they did. In 2022, right now, they raised the premium by $21.70 per month, from $148.60 all the way up to $170.10 per month. Now, why did they do this? They did this because they were front loading the benefits to actually account for all the extra expenses they were going to have on that very expensive Alzheimer's prescription called Aduhelm. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Anyway, it's a very expensive Alzheimer's prescription that was going to be costing $56,000 per patient per year. However, shortly thereafter, earlier this year, they actually lowered the price from $56,000 down to $28,000 per patient. So they cut the price in half from what it was. And then they did another study on this and found that only those patients that were undergoing clinical trials would actually be eligible for this. So originally there were going to be about 1.5 million patients on this, but rather than that, now it's about 150,000 patients. So again, it was cut by about 90%. So again, as a result of that, they realized, wait, all the extra money that we're getting, all these premiums for the 63 million beneficiaries on Medicare, we're just taking all that money and they're just basically pocketing all that money from us. Well, as a result of that, now they're saying, well, wait, maybe we don't need to raise the premium for Medicare Part B in 2023 because we've already prepaid the premiums this year in 2022, essentially for next year. Does that kind of make sense? That's why they're doing all this. And let's just cross our fingers that hopefully they will not raise the premium any higher going forward in 2023. They let us keep the entire COLA raise, and we can all feel good about ourselves a little bit that finally, maybe for once in our lives, we made out and we didn't make out. You know what I mean, right? Sorry. We came out on top a little bit. I don't know if that's a better way to say it. Again, you know what I'm saying here, right? We finally got a little bit of the long end of the stick. Again, I'm coming out with a lot of bad analogies right now. Anyway, you get what I'm saying right now with all this going on, right? So as a result of that, you kind of know what I'm saying, right? So all of this is coming out, and finally we may actually get something beneficial for all the beneficiaries, rather than just our benefits all being evaporated away as a result of the Medicare Part B premium and a reduction of benefits and all kinds of other things going on. So with that being said, now that I'm all hot and sweaty because I just said a bunch of things that came out in a really bad way sounding, but realistically I was just trying to make it a good analogy. But again, with that being said, let's wrap it up because that's about all we have to say right now. So anyway, hope you're having a nice day so far. Again, thanks so much for joining me. You never know what's going to happen in these videos because honestly, I just kind of go with the flow here in these videos, and I just kind of talk through the details, and you never know what I'm going to say. So anyway, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. That is my dedication to you and the community. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, have a good one. Thanks so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And again, between now and the next couple months from now, we're going to see a lot of new information hitting the table. There's a lot of new announcements coming out. And don't worry, I'll be right here for you every single day, bringing you all this information and helping you out, as that is my dedication. And I truly want to help you out in any way that I can. Anyway, go back out and check out those other videos here on the channel. There's a lot of really good stuff going on. And I'll catch you again later in the next